Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name's Joni Ogg, and on behalf of TravelProfessionalNews.com, home-based travelagent.com, and findahosttravelagency.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar, and I really do thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. Now, today's topic is From Certification to Specialization, Unlock Your Full Potential. And I'm really excited to welcome our friends at Avoya Travel to the virtual stage today. Our speaker is Chris Green. And Chris, we welcome back, who brings over 20 years of industry experience to his role at Avoya. Beginning his travel career as a leisure and corporate travel specialist with various agencies, including Sendent Travel and Travelport, Chris first joined Avoya as an independent agency owner in the Avoya Travel Network before joining the company as a full-time employee in 2013. And since then, Chris has played a critical role in expanding the Avoya network with high-performing independent agencies. So just remember, folks, that you are all muted, but we do welcome your questions at any time. And you simply put those in the questions area that you see on the right-hand side of the screen, and we'll get to those at the end of Chris's presentation. We are also going to be offering a prize today to one attendee of a $50 Amazon gift card, courtesy of Travel Professional News. So listen carefully for your clues to be able to answer the question and win. I'm going to go ahead now and turn the microphone over to Chris so that we can get started. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Joni. Thanks so much for having us today. Avoya Travel, we just deeply value the relationship that we have with you and the Ogg family and all your great brands. The Anderson family started Avoya Travel, geez, almost 60 years ago, and the Andersons and the Oggs go so far back, and we're really proud to keep that legacy relationship moving forward into this very exciting time in the travel industry. And we're here to share some amazing information today and hopefully help those listening have a better understanding of what it takes to own and operate a successful travel business in the here and now, 2024, and help you move from that dream phase to the reality phase by focusing on a few key areas, including the importance of certification and how that progresses to you achieving, becoming a specialized agent focused on a niche that helps you achieve all your travel advisor dreams. As Joni said, my name is Chris Green. I'm the Director of Network Expansion for Avoya Travel. It seems so far ago, the 2013, but yeah, 11 years here. And prior to that, as Joni said, I was with the Avoya Network. So I've had the pleasure and unique opportunity to see how Avoya Travel works from both sides, and it makes it so special. Avoya Travel agents just sell more than our leading competitors on average, and that's because of the elite best-in-class resources offered, and we're excited to share those details with you today. We have what I think is just a great agenda for everybody today. As you can see on the screen, as we cover a wide variety of topics, starting with the certification, then we're going to discuss the red hot Avoya Travel Academy and some exciting things going on there. Again, we'll focus time on the importance of specialization and then time to focus on some of the key resources that help really flesh it all out and bring it all together, including Avoya Travel's Foundations for Early Success program, our brand sales team, such a unique and vital resource there, our industry-leading strategic partnership team. Relationships, as you know, Joni, matters so much in the travel industry, more than I think almost any other industry at this time, and we have them at the very top level. And of course, we'll wrap up today with information on how you can get started and be part of the #1 host agency in leisure travel, and that's as voted by the travel industry, and proud that that's Avoya Travel. So certainly appreciate everybody being here today. And let's start our journey at the beginning and discuss how vital it is that you become certified as a travel agent and why that's really worth your time and effort. Here's a kind of a big news flash for maybe those of you that are somewhat new to the industry. Did you know that by law, there's no exam, there's no specific certification or certain degree required to sell travel? It's almost crazy to think about, but you could become a travel agent as fast as just a few clicks of a button and boom, you're in business. But, and of course, there's always a but, right? There's a big divide, like a Grand Canyon-sized divide, between being able to sell travel and actually selling travel successfully with a professional and credible business. And that's what certification can do for you. It sets you apart. It provides you that credibility in the mind and the eyes of a client, and it gives you that power of knowledge that allows you to speak from a position of power when discussing travel dreams with clients, and that's going to make a big difference when it comes to closing sales. In an industry that moves so fast and changes so often, the top industry agents know that by keeping your finger on the pulse of what's going on, by participating in things like ongoing education and professional development, well, that's just smart money and smart use of their time. Most travel certification programs are often focused on a certain type of travel or a niche. Some travel organizations require that you have to become a member in order to certify them, things like CLIA and their program, and ASTA as well. Our comprehensive education and certification program will equip you with all the skills and knowledge that you need to succeed. And that really brings us to the award winning Avoya Travel Academy. And we're happy to say that's now sponsored by Norwegian Cruise Line and Colette Tours. Very exciting news that we can share with our audience today. The Colette part was just pushed live this morning, so very exciting stuff there. And there's no doubt that the travel industry is undergoing just a big boom moment. I mean, there's been this seismic shift in mentality and how people are prioritizing vacation travel versus other purchases in their lives. There's a need for real experts, and that's what sets the Avoya Travel Academy apart, because it really does help prepare the new generation of travel agents to untold levels of success. Travel agent education powered by Avoya is an award-winning curriculum housed inside the Avoya Travel Academy, and the results are just staggering. Joni, you know how we love our stats and numbers at Avoya Travel? We have a firm belief that numbers don't lie. But look at those amazing statistics. Those that are getting certified through the Avoya Travel Academy are earning, big red star here, 50% more in gross commissions and have a 50% higher closing rate versus those new to the industry agents without certification. It just makes that big of a difference. And I'll just let that linger there if you think about that. 50% more in gross commissions and a 50% higher closing rate. So you may ask yourself, what's included? Well, how about an amazing curriculum that's fast paced and available in multiple formats? There's the written format you can take. There's also an audio format, which makes a big difference. So maybe you only have time to listen during your commute. That's cool. That's what those programs are there for. That's what that flexibility is all about. And your time commitment, considering you're launching a new business, is pretty minimal when you look at 40 to 45 total hours. It includes your exam fee, memberships in CLIA and ASTA, depending on the package you select. And a drum roll, please, because kind of big breaking news here. But the Avoya Travel Academy, now sponsored by Norwegian Cruise Line and Colette Tours, and both of those top industry vendors, plus our friends at the Special Needs Group, have their brand certification as part of the curriculum. So you can get certified before you ever even start your official path as a travel agent in both Norwegian Cruise Line and Colette Tours. And I just think that's a huge aspect as far as a head start on the competition and as far as becoming an expert in these leading brands at this phase of your career. Now, you know, there's several packages where you can choose from. I always say, and I personally believe that if you're going to launch into a new industry, you should think like a pro in that industry and act like a pro. But we understand everybody has a different situation, a different budget right now, and a different entry level point. So you can get started for as little as $199. And again, all the details at avoyatravelacademy.com or avoyanetwork.com. Joni, I'm going to mute myself for just a half a second because I don't want to cough on anybody. But I've got this great quote up here, and I'm just going to let that linger for a second as everybody takes a look at that fantastic quote. It's just that quote right there is just kind of indicative of so many people that you hear from in the Avoya Travel Academy that have taken that program and now been prepared for that big time success. Okay, let's chat for a second on how powerful and important the concept of specialization can be as a travel advisor. One of the most important things that you'll have to figure out as you start to build your new travel agency and a career as a travel agent is, what are you going to focus on? As the title says, the riches are in the niches. What's it going to set you apart? What are you going to do to become an expert, to become that uber expert and have that level of knowledge? How are you going to leverage that for future success? Thankfully, Avoya Travel has some industry leading resources that can help you as you start to define your specializations. Those include our brand sales team, which we're going to do a deep dive here in just a moment. And it also comes into play with our industry leading live lead program. That allows agents to specialize on the top vendors in the industry and succeed by using that focused approach to generate more in sales. All right, on to the deep dive on that amazing brand sales team and resource from Avoya Travel. Talk about a resource that lives up to that billing. Brand sales can and does help many in the Avoya network take their business to a brand new level. They do it through exclusive one-on-one brand coaching sessions that help you close more sales and be more confident you're offering the client the best value in their vacation. It also helps you increase not only your sales, but your agent visibility with some of the top vendors in the industry. And that's a vital step for long term success. So we're just about, I guess, halfway through our presentation, and I really want you to focus on this next part because this is a vital resource, excuse me, a vital resource in your success as an affiliate in the Avoya network. We're so excited to share details on our Foundations for Early Success program. Early success is your lifeline in your first year of business. There's no other way about it. It helps you establish the right best practices for your agency and your business. That extra set of eyes and ears from experts in their field focused on your agency's success. And again, big number alert, because again, numbers don't lie. Those that participate in this optional resource have a much greater chance of closing leads, Avoya Live leads, faster. And look at that stat. Compared to colleagues that choose to not participate because this is an optional program, they have on average gross sales that are, and it's just staggering, 560% higher. 560%. Laura Burke and her team help you understand that you're not just ticking boxes to say, okay, I had to make that call, I made that call. They help you maximize your time, your efforts, and monetize your agency for success as you build your best practices. The first year business can feel like being trapped in a tornado with so many things coming at you from different angles. Early success through small group or individual sessions help you develop successful business practices, those that continue to bear fruit for years to come. Again, 560% higher gross sales. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer, and you should be chomping at the bit to get involved with such a program. Again, avoyanetwork.com has more details, and you can start the process there. I do apologize. The late season allergies are just whooping my butt today. One of the key things that leads to a successful agency is finding a host that kind of has the right partnerships in place, and then the ability to let you build those relationships for your agency's success. And it's so true. Relationships in the travel industry matter more than any other business that I have personally have ever been a part of. That face-to-face communication can help you have a stronger business. And Avoya Travel, through our strategic partnerships team and our amazing events team, give you countless numbers of in-person and virtual events in order to be able to participate. In fact, I want to take a second here because I had just received one of these fantastic stats just a minute ago, and I wanted to share that with you because I think it's just staggering. So far in 2024, our events team, and in conjunction with our strategic partnership team, has held 9 out of 15 virtual events. So on our calendar, we still have 6 more virtual events for 2024. And they've helped a record number of live events, 14 live events so far for our independent affiliates in order to engage with each other and the industry. And that's 14 out of 19. So still 5 more of those events to come this year. Again, it's just staggering the amount of things that are available to those in the Avoya network if they choose to participate. So as we get ready to kind of end towards the end of our presentation today, it begs the question, are you ready to get involved? Are you ready to be part of the #1 travel network in leisure travel, the Avoya network? Ready to access best-in-class resources offered to those exclusively in the Avoya network and start building your dream travel business? Well, then we can't wait to hear from you. Using the industry's top technology, Avoya Travel's Agent Power, get the support you need. Support 7 days a week. Access to the professional development that you'll need to meet every challenge along the way. Then reach out today at avoyanetwork.com or the Avoya Travel Academy.com. And thank you so much for your time. And Joni, I know we kind of went through that information pretty quick, but hopefully that was good things that people were able to pick up on there about what's happening with Avoya Travel as we head into the fourth quarter of 2024. And I'm happy to maybe tackle some questions that might have come in along the way.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. That was great. Let me look and see if we've got any questions today. If anybody has any questions, remember you can just put those in the question area that you see on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll get to those. I'm not seeing any yet. Okay, here we go. Will the slides be shareable? That's a good question for you. We are recording this, folks, so that you know, and we will be sending everyone who was on the webinar a link to the recording of this, which should probably be in your inbox, I would imagine, by tomorrow. So there's that, and I'll let Chris answer the question if there will be slides separately.
There won't be specific slides, but I mean, we're all pretty sharp on as far as doing a screen grab. So again, nothing that we shared is not something that people aren't allowed to see, or we wouldn't have put it up on the screen today. But probably
Amen.
the easiest thing for you to do is take from what Joni and her team are going to share with you down the road and just do screen grabs as you need to. And of course, reach out at any time. I mean, you can always reach out to me personally at chris.green@avoyatravel.com, or again, go to avoyanetwork.com. It has a wealth of information on our whole program. The Avoya Travel Academy information can be found there. And of course, if you get connected with somebody on my team, they're more than happy to answer all your questions and just find out more. I mean, I think that's the thing that makes Avoya Travel different, is that our resources are really stacked with real people. So we don't, again, just do something to tick a box. So if you have questions, you're wondering how it works, we're more than happy to be transparent with our answers.
Awesome. I do have one question, then I'll let you take this, Chris. Do you have to be an agency owner to join? I guess in the certification she's asking, can individual travel agents or travel advisors take the certifications?
Absolutely, you can take the certification. I want to remind you though, right? And sometimes people get bogged down on the word when they hear owner. If you are in any way, shape, or form an independent contractor, an independent agent with whatever situation you're in, you are technically a business owner running a business of yourself. It's just a matter of who you utilize the resources from. So, absolutely, the Avoya Travel Academy is open to anybody that wants to get that information. And again, avoyatravelsacademy.com is going to be your best place to get that information. And again, don't get confused on the concept of being an owner. If you're an independent agency, an independent affiliate, at some level, you are an agency owner already.
That's very true. All right, so someone did ask, what would be realistic for the amount of time needed to gain certification? And then how much time is required daily, weekly to become successful initially? That's a great question.
It is. It's a complicated question, right? The first part is easy. The
It is.
certification
It's
through the Avoya
complicated.
Travel Academy is pretty straightforward. You're looking at, for most people, a time commitment of 40 to 45 hours. That might get bumped up a few hours because, again, just of today, we're so excited to have announced that Colette Tours added their vendor certification process to those that are in the Avoya Travel Academy. So, 40 to 45 hours for the curriculum as it is, plus the time it takes to get certified with Norwegian, Colette, and again, our friends at Special Needs Group. So from that standpoint. As far as once you're a business owner, my team tries to be really honest and blunt with anybody, right? First off, there's no time commitment mandatory. You're a business owner, so as long as you run a business with integrity and professionalism, you run a business as you see fit. We believe, and the numbers kind of vet this to be true, that unless you're going to really look at putting in a solid 20 hours a week on your business, then it's probably going to be hard to get it off the ground in a serious manner. Having a business is like bringing home a new puppy. It just is going to require some time and attention, and sometimes time and attention when you don't necessarily have it. And you have to figure out a best practice, and that's when it goes back to things like our early success program, where that team's going to help you in that first year that you're established in business to figure out your best practices. How do you set up your emails so that if somebody emails you and you're not in a position to answer them in the next hour, but how are you still going to make some level of contact? Because the thing about dealing with the general public, to be honest, even dealing with your own family when it comes to making a sale, if you don't get back with them with some of the information and give them confidence that you're on the task, there are a million places they can book travel with, right? So if they found you, they probably found your competitor. So again, establishing the best practice that works for you, that's going to give you the best chance of success, is really something that matters. So I'm not dancing around the question. You certainly can put in all the time in the world, but I think if you don't have a solid 20 hours a week to commit to your new business, it's going to be pretty hard to get that off the ground, Joni.
I totally agree with that. Okay, so someone else asks that you mentioned that certification is not required, which of course is true in the travel community right now, but is the academy necessary? That's a great question too.
Well, I mean, you saw the stats. So, I mean, if you want to be in the group that's selling 50% more and closing sales at a 50% higher rate, I probably would say yes, it is necessary. As far as to join Avoya Travel, if you're new to the industry and you do not have any established sales yet, then our requirement is that you take some kind of a certification program. We believe the one that we offer through the Avoya Travel Academy is by far the best, again, including Colette and Norwegian and special needs. But we certainly willing to work with graduates from any of the other major programs, the Travel Institute. I can't name all of them, but if it's a legitimate leisure-based travel school, we're certainly happy to work from that standpoint. And if you do have some experience, if you've been in the industry and you're just thinking, as we start to look forward to 2025 and that wave season, that's going to be a big one, I'm just not in the right spot and I want a better home for my business. Well, if you've established sales, we can certainly probably get you to be able to bypass that education requirement on the front end. So again, I think certification is vital to set you up for future success, but hopefully that answers the question as far as our policy, as far as who was able to actually join the Avoya network.
Perfect. All right. And I'm going to take this last question, then we'll go ahead and do our prize. This is a really good, oh, wait, there might be more. Hold on. Okay. Once you're certified, are you only exclusive to Norwegian?
No. You can sell whatever you want. The big difference is, and those that are new to travel may not understand this, until this really kind of industry breakthrough with Norwegian and Colette and the Avoya Travel Academy, in most cases, you could take a travel school, a travel program, get certified by them, and it's only after you join a host agency like Avoya Travel or one of our competitors that you would have access to the industry credentials to be able to take that vendor certification. What's unique about our program is that we have it housed within the Avoya Travel Academy, so you're a step ahead of your competition as you start your career because you're already certified in those brands. But once an affiliate in the Avoya network, you can become certified in any of the brands that offer that, not only the brands, but the various destinations that have destination training as well. So we want you to be able to be that knowledgeable person. You're not locked into Norwegian or Colette or anything, but it is a big head start, I'll tell you what.
Absolutely. So true. All right. So I think we'll go ahead. I appreciate all the answers to those questions, Chris. That was great. And again, if anybody has future or more additional questions they would like to reach out to Avoya, certainly you'll get an answer right back on any of those as well. So my question is going to be for the prize, and I'm going to take the 10th correct answer. And what you'll do, folks, is on your right-hand side where you see the questions area, you're just going to key in the correct answer, and I will be able to see it in front of me. I'm going to take the 10th correct answer to this question. All right. So there's actually a couple answers to it that I'm going to take the 10th of that's got it correct. Okay. So name one of the two vendor certification programs that you can take while going through the Avoya program. Go.
Taking caller number 10. It feels like we're on the radio, Joni.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You have such a great voice, Chris. You could be on the radio. You really do have a wonderful, wonderful voice.
Wow.
2, 3,
I
4.
appreciate that. That was actually my first career. So I did spend many a
Is
years.
it real? See, I
I,
knew it, right? I just knew it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to, it's interesting that number 10 is actually somebody that named both of them. So, Mary Susan Schilling, congratulations to you. You have won a $50 Amazon gift card. And
wow.
the answer is NCL and or Colette, and she did both. So, Mary Susan Schilling, congratulations. Good job. I will be sending that out to you a little later this afternoon. So be watching your inbox for your Amazon gift card and happy shopping with that. Everybody else got it right too. Most of the people got it right. And thank you so much, Chris. This was great. I appreciate your being here. I appreciate our audience today. I'll let you say your final goodbyes and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Joni. Again, it's always a pleasure to work with you and your whole team. And I just want to say in closing that all we really want to do is have a chance to answer your questions and tell our story. We believe that the more research you do, the better Avoya Travel is going to look. And that's because the resources that we offer at the end of the day make a difference. There is a reason why, compared to our competitors, our average affiliate sells more, they generate more in commission, they have fewer customer service errors. And that's because at Avoya Travel, we have the resources and the people behind those resources to really help you launch and then propel you to an amazing business. So again, please reach out to avoyanetwork.com or the avoyatravelacademy.com and get the process started. Or if you just want to reach out to me, again, send me an email, chris.green@avoyatravel.com, or get connected with somebody on my team. I think you're going to like what you hear. Avoya Travel's had an amazing history, but one of the most important things to keep in mind about Avoya Travel is we're very forward thinking. So we don't rest on our laurels. We're always looking out the windshield to see what's coming next. And we know the future of travel is really bright, and hopefully we can do something together. So thanks so much for your time, and we hope everybody got something out of our webinar today.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.